The federal government, under the leadership of Donald Trump, has so far been doing a terrific job handling the natural disasters that have struck the South. Here's a brief montage of newscasters praising the president for his excellent leadership. Okay, that was a little more brief than I was expecting, but there's more good news. The economy is starting to really boom, with the stock market skyrocketing, employment and income on the rise, poverty levels finally falling. So here's a montage of commentators discussing how the White House is making America great again. Well, they say in journalism that good news is no news, so maybe the press just wants to focus on where things have gone wrong. So for instance, now that it's become pretty clear President Trump had absolutely nothing to do with the Russians, who had absolutely no effect on the outcome of the election, journalists are engaged in a period of deep soul-searching, trying to figure out how they could have wasted so much of America's time over a story that really wasn't very important at all. Here's a sample of some of the press's self-criticism. All right, I'm joking. The American mainstream media is still the same corrupt, biased, hate-filled, corrupt, leftist, dishonest, corrupt, immoral, corrupt, biased, corrupt organ of misinformation it's been for the last 20 years or so. According to our good friends at the Media Research Center, the network's evening news spent the summer trashing the president with coverage that was 91% negative. This is a grand total of 3% worse than the 89% negative coverage the networks were giving Trump before the summer. Network executives are launching a full investigation into what took them so long to squeeze out that extra 3% of hate and vitriol. Journalists justify their negative, biased, leftist, corrupt, dishonest, hate-filled, corrupt, biased coverage by pointing out the ways in which President Trump deserves their attacks. As Hillary Clinton spokesman and ABC newsman George Stephanopoulos says, quote, Trump has done some truly terrible things, like winning the election when we wanted him to lose, and being a Republican when we're all Democrats. Also, he doesn't panic and knuckle under when we call him racist, which makes him an absolutely horrible person, unquote. CNN's Jim Acosta added, quote, look at me, I'm Jim Acosta. I can stand on my head and shout ignorant non sequiturs at the same time. Look at me, I'm Jim Acosta. Look at me. Under the relentless media attacks, President Trump's approval ratings have now risen to around 45%, whereas the media's approval rating has now sunk from shut up, you snake-hearted dirtbags, to kiss my butt, you lying pieces of garbage. The president looks forward to pushing his negative coverage up to 100% to serve his goal of achieving re-election by winning every single state in the country. Trigger warning, I'm Andrew Klavan, and this is The Andrew Klavan Show.